particular with his help with transporting stuff to and from events, as well as the volunteer, the events that he helped us table and birthdays and things like that.
Yeah, Carl!
Speech!
Anyway, I really appreciate this, advocating for animals is my passion, and I'm so thankful for a group like this where I can have an outlet for that. So, thank you.
And now next up to thank one of our departing board members and hopefully help us vote in 2 new board members is the longtime board member, Melissa.
So, a couple thank yous before we get into the departing board member. I want to thank Courtney, who has served as our treasurer for our entire existence, I think. So, thank you for sticking around and helping us out with that, and thank you for continuing to be a board member, even though you're stepping back in your role a little bit, so thank you. Special shout out to John and Dieter, who are our linchpins during our tabling season, making sure we get out in front of the community and talking to them about veganism, so thank you to both of you.
Thank you, thank you.
Our fearless leader, Joe, for all of the background work he does, so thank you, Joe. And of course, all of you for continuing to help make all of our events and missions continue, so thank you. So we do have one board member that's departing from service, I guess, this year. So Roxy has been around for a number of years. They have served us well, and they continue to support our local community and youth and teaching and all of that good stuff. So we really appreciate their efforts. So thank you to Roxy, even though they're not here. And we have 2 new board members to replace our one, so we're getting closer to back to full board, which is exciting. So Carl, who you all just heard from, who has been a tremendous volunteer for us, is stepping up into a board member role if you all agree to it. So thank you, Carl, for your past and continued support. And Miss Christina, who filled, or is hoping to fill, a very important role. Our treasurer role has to have experience with treasury and accounting and those types of fields in order to make sure that we are abiding by all laws and regulations, which is very important. So we were looking for a very specific person, and she was able to step up and fill that need. So we are very grateful.
Yes, so now it's time to get rid of all those qualifiers on Carl and Christina and make them official. So, how we've done this in the past is you guys do a show of hands and see if there's in favor of voting. And Dieter, correct me if I'm wrong and not going by protocol.
I think that's close enough unless it looks like it's close, which I don't think it should be. We're in no position to turn away anybody.
But we're great and always looking for more. So, if anyone who would like to support Carl and Christina as our new board members, please raise your hand. And I'm no math magician, but I feel like that's over 50%, so congratulations!
Yay, you did it!
The other thing I did want to mention is there's a listing of all of our events for the first 6 months of the year on each of the tables. So feel free to grab them and take them with you, get them on your calendars, because especially with our community events and our volunteer days and sanctuaries, the more people the better, the more impact it makes in our local communities. So we would encourage everybody to take a look at that and keep an eye on socials and your emails for any more information coming about those. So thank you.
That just about wraps it up, but as Melissa mentioned, there is papers on all your desks with all the volunteer opportunities coming up for next year. But also next year is a very important year for us. As Courtney mentioned, Bench Fund is one of our major funders who we cannot rely on for support next year, so we need to ramp up our fundraising efforts That requires more work from the board and more work from our volunteers. Make sure that we have enough people both keeping up with what we're already doing and also pursuing new funding opportunities. So if you've ever been in a position where you want to help us raise money, perhaps make a donation, volunteer on our board, even just get a feel for what that would look like, please feel free to reach out to me, talk to anyone here, and just let us know, because we're more than happy to work with you throughout the year and see what great things we can do here in our community as well. So that's all I got. Thank you everybody for coming out.